All right, we are live. We're live. Good evening, everybody. That is if you are in Nigeria. And nevertheless, wherever you're watching from, how are you doing? I trust you had a great day. Um, whatever time you're watching from, I believe you had a great day, and I believe you are doing good. All right. So we jump into the webinar. But first, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is David Owak. I'm an online um, business consultant, and I'm a media buyer. Yeah, so more like an expert on Facebook, Instagram ads, Google ads, also if you add. So today I just want to share a few thoughts with us on the topic I titled crafting uh, impactful social media strategies for growth. All right, crafting. Okay, so crafting impactful social media strategies for growth. And also during this moment, during this session we'll be looking at the following subtopics. So we'll be discussing segmentation on social media. We'll be looking at storytelling techniques for brand, you know, for brand engagement. We'll be looking at sustainability and consistent engagement. All right, we're looking at environmental and social sustainability in social media. All right, major points we'll be looking at is the importance of audience insight for targeted marketing. So I want to believe you are with a pen and a paper, you're with your notepad, because of time I might kind of be a little bit fast. If you need to record, you are free to record if you want to. um I'm not sure if I'm going to save the video, but let's see how it goes. Just make sure you're taking note. That is what I'm trying to say. So major point we are going to be looking at during this session is the importance of audience insight. So I might be looking like three directions because I have like three cameras facing me right now. So I might not be really focused looking on one of the camera. I have other places that I'm joined into. So how to humanize your brand through storytelling. All right, the impact of consistency on brand recognition and engagement. We are going to look at ways to build brand trust by being socially and environmentally conscious. Okay, practical tools and metrics for tracking and adjusting your strategies. One thing that we need to understand when it comes to social media is that many people have forgotten that social media is social media. All right, a lot of people, because it has become a place where we do business in, but still it doesn't take away the fact that it's still social media. All right, and that is why sometimes as a business owner you will post your business stuff, and you discover it's not really doing well, and you see someone just doing writing rubbish doing their normal entertainment stuff and all of that, and you discover that that is gaining a lot of engagement and visibility. That is because this is social media. You just have to find a way to be social. That's why we are going to look at ways to build brand trust by being socially and environmentally conscious. We are going to look at practical tools and metrics, for tracking and adjusting these strategies. Also, moving forward, these are problems this webinar will help you solve. This webinar will help you solve lack of audience engagement. So please, if you are joining me, whether you're joining me on Facebook, whether you're joining me on YouTube, please, I'd like you to take a moment, share this with your friends, share this with your family. let them jump on board and also be a partaker of this webinar, this knowledge that I am about to share with you guys tonight. Why am I sharing this? Why am I sharing this particular stuff with you guys? Because I'm trying to transition into just a media buyer to more of an online consultant. Why? Because I want to help a lot of business people. I discovered on my journey as a media buyer, I have discovered that a lot of people just come to me and then they're like, run ads for me. No strategy, no nothing, nothing. All right. And a lot of the times they don't get the result. Okay. And when you are the one doing the work for them and then they are not getting the result that they really desire, it looks as if you're doing a bad job. So there is need for consultation. There is need for awareness. There is need to be able to create strategies that will bring about the growth and the result that they need. And being able to be able to, uh, segment your audience, being able to segment your audience, create an audience avatar is actually one of the major requirements that we need to put in place. All right. So we are looking at the major problems with this webinar will help you solve will be the lack of audience engagement. Many brands struggle to connect meaningfully with their audience. So that leads to actually a very low engagement and visibility. All right, so we are going to be dealing on that. We are going to be looking at inconsistent posting and planning. A lot of people can post today and before they post again is next week, and then they come back and say, "Who missed me?" Actually, nobody really missed you. All right, so you get the point. So a common issue for businesses is the lack of structure and consistency in creating content. That is actually a common issue for a lot of many businesses, and so I could understand the load that is required, to be the one running about your day-to-day business and still be the one to be able to create your content, craft your content, and be able to post. I understand the struggle around that, and that's why a lot of people do hire social media management, but not everybody can, afford that. All right, not everybody can afford a social media manager, because from my end personally, I don't know about others, that could cost up to 250 something thousand naira. All right, so not everybody could afford that. Number three problem that this is going to help you solve, this webinar is going to help you solve, is a disconnected brand identity. You understand? Without effective storytelling, brand often fail to resonate emotionally with their audience. So one of the things you're going to be learning tonight is your ability to be able to tell your brand story. All right, you're able to tell your brand story so that your audience can be able to relate. People will connect when they relate. All right, people will be able to connect emotionally when they relate, and you can't really sell to people, all right, if you have not been able to buy their emotions, because there is a statement that says that people buy based on emotions and then they back it up by logic. All right, so you must be able to tell your brand story. You must be able to connect with their emotions, all right, so that they can be able to um, get whatever you are getting. All right. So another thing that you're going to learn is not adapting to audience feedback. All right, that is another problem that this webinar is going to help you to solve. All right, very quick, let's jump into it. Audience engagement through segmentation. That is our number one. Excuse me. Audience engagements through segmentation. One of the biggest challenges that brand face on social media is figuring out to create content. All right, how to create content that truly connects with their audience. All right, we often feel like we are posting great content. Okay, hello. Yeah, we often feel like we're posting great content, but if it doesn't resonate, it won't drive engagement for growth. It won't drive engagement. All right, it won't drive engagement. It won't drive the growth you are looking at will not come. Why? Because you are just focused on creating content. To you, they may be great content, but they are not resonating with your target market. What is segmentation? Segmentation, actually, think of segmentation as the process of dividing your audience into smaller, more specific group. All right, it makes you more focused and more targeted. All right, so you think of segmentation as the process, all right, of dividing your audience into smaller, more specific groups based on certain characteristics such as their age, their interests, their location, their buying behavior, and their needs. One of my mentors was discussing to me on how to get a buying audience. A lot of the struggle that people have is not actually um, having the audience. A lot of people have the audience, they do not have the buying audience. And you, as a business person, you need a buying audience. All right. So you must be able to do what I call segmentation. This allows you, all right, this allows you to be able to tailor your messaging. It allows you to be able to tailor your messaging and your content for each of these unique groups. So if you are talking to this set of people, you create the content to fit this set of people, rather than using a one side fit all. All right, you can't use a one side fit all approach. It won't give you the result that you want. All right. So why does segmentation matters? Why segmentation? All right. Excuse me, please. Why does segmentation matter? When we speak directly to a specific audience segment, they feel understood. They feel they feel valued. All right. You know, when a preacher stays on the altar and he speak, and there is always this feeling that this one is for me. You understand what I'm saying? So it makes it more understood. It makes them more valued. All right. So segmented messaging has been proven over time. So what I'm talking about, I'm talking with fact. All right, they have been proven over time to increase engagement. It boosts your conversion rate. All right, and it builds long lasting connections with followers. Okay, and that's what you are really after on social media. Relationship, not just reach. You are looking at your ability to be able to build long lasting relationships with followers. All right. So how do you start segmenting your audience? Very quick, how do you start segmenting your audience? Here's a simple step-by-step approach, to segmentation. One, you need to identify your key audience group. Identify your key audience group. And this is how you go about it. Begin by looking at your customer demographics and their behaviors. All right. Who are your types of customers? Now, a lot of the times when I'm helping clients to do targeting for their social media ads, I normally ask them. I think that was last week. I asked a lady, who are your target market? And she said all ladies. She was selling bags. All right. The fact that you're selling bags doesn't mean that every lady is your client. No, it's not. And so funny, I now had to ask her, how much is your bags? And funny enough, she was not just selling any kind of bags. Her bags was not cheap, so it was not any kind of bags. All right. I think, was it a bag or jewelry? I think it was jewelry. Sorry, it was not a bag, it was jewelry. Because I could remember she said the jewelries were, the minimum were about 100 and something thousand. How can you say that is for anybody? It's not for anybody. Okay, it's not for anybody. So not every lady is your audience simply because you're selling a girl's or a lady's stuff? No. So you have to be able to uh, segment them, know your main type of customers, know their group, their age group, know their location, know their interest. So if you are selling a high value product, you can't be targeting the whole of the state, because if you are targeting the whole of the state, there are villages there and there are cities. So you can't be targeting villages and people that are looking for food to eat, and then you are trying to sell them a goods of over 100 and something thousand. It's wrong. So you have to be able to know um, who your main type of customers are. Use social media analytics. All right. A lot of us we post things. Social media, Facebook, Instagram has insight. In fact, as you post, even if even on your Facebook account, Instagram account, as you post, there is insight there. But a lot of us don't check inside. We only just look. Oh, sorry, we only just post. We don't check insight. We don't check inside. Sorry, please. 1 minute. I'll need to take water. All right, so you have to use social media analytics. All right, platform like Facebook, Instagram have built-in insight that shows data of your followers. So you use these tools to learn more about who really engage with your post. All right, use these tools. You can actually see their locations, the people's locations. You can see their age. All right, so use these tools. Another thing is that you should create a persona. All right, build a basic profile of each audience segment, describing their needs, their value, their preferred type of content. All right, the next thing you want to do is to craft tailored messages for each group. Create messages that speaks to their specific interest. All right, so if you are targeting young adults, your message might be more informal and trend driven. There was a conversation that pops up online of how Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Meta, that is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, of how he was able to transform, and then people were thinking it was a cartoon before. All right, so man started looking different like a Gen Z. All right, because he understood the market. All right, so you have to be able to create and tailor your messaging to be able to fit your specific audience need. All right, examples of effective segmentation. To give you a real world example, think about a fitness brand. All right, think about a fitness brand targeting two audience segments. Okay, busy professionals and young fitness enthusiasts. All right, for professionals, the content might highlight quick workout that fit their hectic schedules. Okay, quick workout. All right, why for fitness people that they want to, it might just focus on achieving advanced performance goals. So you need to try that out. All right, let's make segmentation a part of your social media strategy from today. All right, start small by choosing just two distinct audience segments and focus on. Create a post specifically tailored for each of these people. Measure the difference in engagement, and you will likely see the power of segmentation in action. All right, that's what I want you from this particular segment. That's what I want you to try out. You know, create two distinct audience, as it has to do with your brand, what your business or whatever you're selling. Create two distinct audience segment, focus on it, create a post specifically tailored for each of these people, and then measure the difference in engagement, and then come back and share your testimony. All right. Next, let's look at storytelling for connection. All right. Let's look at storytelling, building connection through powerful storytelling. Social media isn't just about broadcasting messages. It's about building connections, like I said. And the best way to build connections is storytelling. All right. Today, people are not just buying product. Why? Because everybody's selling something, and people can just step out of the comfort of their home and then just buy what they want to buy. All right. So it's not actually it's not just about selling product. You are buying into the experiences, the values, the stories behind those products. All right. Why does storytelling matters in social media? All right, because I believe you've heard a lot of people talking about storytelling and all of that. Why does it matter? Let's look at this. When we share a story that is a relatable story, it invokes people's emotion. Yes, it drags people in and helps them to remember and connect with your brand. Now, storytelling transforms your brand from just another product or service into something memorable and meaningful. Okay? Um, what are the basics of great storytelling on social media? What are the basics? To start creating stories that resonate, we need to keep this core element in mind. One, authenticity. Be real. Be real. Audience today value transparency, and they connect more with genuine, relatable stories than with perfections. Yes. Be authentic. I was having a conversation the other time with someone, and we're talking about how they were attacking this particular person. All right. And someone said it was because the person is making himself to be perfect. All right. That the person is not seeing himself as human. All right. So because the person is a pastor, all right, is not void of the fact that the person could make mistake. All right. So you need to be real, you need to be authentic, you know genuine stories, genuine stories than perfection. All right. Number two, tap into emotions, you know joy, curiosity, inspiration, or even vulnerability. All right. Stories to feel something are much more likely to be remembered. Stories that makes people to feel something are much more likely to be remembered. All right. People will remember a good story than a good product. Yes. Mhm. People will remember a good story than a good product. All right. Number three, value. All right. Always consider what the audience gain from your story. Is it motivation? Is it a lesson? Or even just a moment of entertainment? All right. Cool. So these are the basics of a great storytelling on social media. How do I create a brand story for social media? To put storytelling in action, here is a step-by-step process you can follow. One, identify your brand core story. All right, identify your brand core story. You need to ask yourself, what is our why? Why did we start? And what are we here to achieve? Identify your brand core story. Number two, highlight your customer experiences. One of the best way One of the best way to tell a story is through your customers experiences. Share testimonies or real life success story that shows the impact of your product and service. Real life testimonies. All right. So highlight your customers experiences. Okay, highlight them. Number three, show the journey, not just the result. People love to follow that process. They love to see your process. Audience love to see your process, the challenges, the growth, the small victories. These details makes your brand more relatable. So share them. Don't be afraid to share them. All right. Share your struggles. If you have to share your struggles with delivery people, put it out there online. You see, people will relate more. So share your struggles. Share your victories, your wins. All right, your growth, your small beginnings, share them. And then another thing you can do, number four, is incorporate visuals. Use images, use videos, nice ones. See, a client of mine has is it iPhone, is it 14 Pro Max? And then the screen broke, and the screen was worth over, I think, 450,000 and 500,000 for just the screen. And I was wondering, how can someone and okay, she was like, the following day, I think it was the following day or so, she changed it because she was supposed to send me some images. So she changes, and inside my mind I was like, wow, that was quick. My mind began to calculate. Someone can use that one money to buy like 3 to 4 phones. Okay, all right, but the lesson there is that iPhone that she's using it to snap quality images for her businesses. Now, I'm not saying you must have an iPhone, no. I'm saying that you need to use good images. Social media is based on perception. Don't come out looking poor and shabby. All right. Even if you don't have a good phone, there is a way you could snap the image, and then it will still look better. There's a way you could have had to run ads for a lot of brands, and you see their graphic designs very poor, very shabby. And I've noticed a lot of people that were doing affiliate marketing were actually on this table. You are promoting a particular product, and you are telling people that this product can make them so amount of money. Some of them even run to 150, and yet you can't pay a good designer to design a graphic for you. It's very poor, very poor. So don't do that. Incorporate good visuals, videos, infographics to bring your story to life. A good story paired with the right visuals can double the impact. A good story paired with a good visuals will double your impact. So in all you do, please have good visuals. All right. These are examples of engaging social media stories. All right. A great example could be a local coffee shop, or a local coffee brand that is sharing how they source their beans directly from farmers, showing the impact of fair trade. Okay, it could be a fitness coach sharing their journey of overcoming personal challenges to inspire their followers. All right. Okay, so as you are going to put out your next post or campaign, think about the story you want to share. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be dramatic tale. You don't have to be a poet. Okay, you don't have to be what do they call, a screenwriter. Sometimes the simplest stories are the most impactful. All right, starting by sharing a story of how your brand solved a problem, impactful or how you grew from a challenge, and all of that. Remember, storytelling is making a human connection. Storytelling, you need to write it down. Storytelling is about making a human connection. When people connect emotionally with your brand, they are much more likely to follow, to engage, and to stay loyal to you. Because why? People, no matter who they are human beings. Okay, let's move to number three, which is staying consistent with structured social media planning. Staying consistent with structured social media planning. Consistency is key. Not posting today, you disappear the next week, and then you come back and you say, "Who missed me?" Nobody missed you, actually. That's why a lot of the times when you move, let me tell you something that happened to me. I think 2000 between 2000 and think 2000 and between 2019, 2018, 2020. I can't really remember this exact date. I was off social media for like how many months, and then when I came back, and before I went off, I was this person that was having a lot of engagement on Facebook. A lot. I was one of those people that you called a Facebook coach. And then I went off for like I think months or so. And then when I came back, my engagement reduced drastically. And I was like, what was happening? Today, self, if I post, it's very hard before you even see uh 20 engagement and all of that. Why? Because you are not consistent. You post today, you leave, you come back tomorrow, you post. Before you know, the way the algorithm is built on consistency. All right, is built on consistency. Consistency is key to building brand trust and engagement on social media. But for many of us, consistency can feel overwhelming. That is actually true. It can feel overwhelming, especially when you're trying to balance social media with other responsibility, or the responsibility of running the actual business, the actual live business. So, what is the solution? The solution is a structured plan that makes it easy to keep showing up for your audience. All right. Why does consistency matter in social media? When you are consistent, your audience knows when to expect new content from you. They know. And this helps build trust and keeps your brand in their mind, in top of their mind. Regular posts keep your audience engaged and make it more likely, you know, and make it more likely they will see and interact with your content. Okay? All right. Structuring, creating a structured social media plan. Creating a structured social media plan. A structured social media plan is like a roadmap. All right. And here is how you do it. One, you set a clear goal. What do you want your social media to achieve? Do you want to grow your followers? Do you want to increase your engagement? Do you want to drive sales? Your plan should reflect your goals. Your plan should reflect your goals. Number two, define your content team. Define your content team. All right. Choose a few core themes that resonate with your brand. For example, if you're a fitness brand, your team should include workout tips, nutrition advice, motivational stories. Okay. So for your own, define content teams. Number three, build a content calendar. Build a content calendar. Schedule posts in advance using a content calendar. All right. This could be simply weekly or monthly calendar where you map out your content by day, where you map out by content by day, or the team. I did something like that. I think that was last week, even though I actually really didn't follow it up. but you will need it. Number four, you know, uh, batch your content creation. Batch it. Batch it. Reserve time to create multiple posts. Okay. So if you're this busy type, when you understand your team, okay, the team, you create your content calendar, you understand your team, you put it together. When you have the time, when you know that you have the time, batch create. All right, batch create your content creation. When you create everything together, you you use okay, batch create, decide how many times you want to post in a day. All right, decide how many times, whether it's 3 times a week, excuse me, whether it's once a day, 2 times a day. You know, quality is actually more important than quantity. Okay, so you should know this. You should know this. Quality, when it comes to creating content, is more important than quantity. So find a frequency that is suitable for you. All right, and then so when you are able to do this, there are tools that you can use to schedule this content. There are tools you can use to schedule this content. For example, Instagram have scheduling tool that is in the app. I believe most of you know that already. So you can also use tools like Trello to stay organized. Trello is spelled Trello. Or you can use Asana for planning. Scheduling tools like Hotsuite also, or Buffer for automating your posts. These tools make it easier to keep track of your ideas, stay on schedule, and maintain consistency. All right. What are the common problems that is being solved with structured planning? Lack of direction. Okay, without a plan, brands often post random content that doesn't align with their goals. Today they are posting football. They see a gossip today, they jump into it. Gossip that it does not concern you, does not concern your brand, has nothing to do with you, you jump into it. All right, so lack of direction, inconsistent posting. So busy scheduler can make it hard to keep up with posting, so leading to loss of engagement. So inconsistent posting. So content gaps, these are the common problems. All right, so with a structured plan, your content stays organized, your messaging stays consistent, and you can engage your audience regularly without feeling overwhelmed. So start simple, commit to planning 1 week of content in advance at least. Once you are comfortable, you can expand to a monthly planning. You know, consistency is achieving consistency actually is achievable with the right structure in place, and is one of the best ways to build and maintain a loyal following. When your audience sees you are consistently adding value, they keep coming back for more. Let's proceed. Unlocking growth with active social media following. Social media isn't just about broadcasting. You need to take note of that. It's a two-way street. One of the best ways to build engagement and improve your social media strategy is through social listening. Okay, what does social media listening? Social listening means, it means actively tuning in to what your audience is saying about your brand, your industry, or even your competitors. You know, it involves monitoring conversations on social media to understand what people are saying about your brand, their needs, and current trends. For example, as a media buyer, one of the ways that I understand what my client needs is, most of times I conduct a research. I go to Google, I do one or two things, and I discover that, oh, this is actually a common problem that people are having. A lot of the times, what I do is that I jump into a short video, I create a video to answer those questions, to solve that problem for them. For example, when iPhone users, when Apple begin to charge iPhone users when they want to pay for their adverts, all right, there was a lot of noise everywhere. And then what did I do? I saw that, I saw that that challenge. I jump into a video. I made a short video of how they can be able to bypass that particular challenge. You get, so you must be able to keep in tune with current trends, going beyond just your own post and looking to what is happening on other platform and all of that. Why is it necessary? When you know your audience is when you know what your audience are talking about, you can be able to adapt that into your content to better serve them. You get, when you know what your audience are talking about, okay, you are able to create better content, okay, that is more effective because it gives value and it solves their problems. All right. So social listening allows you to identify your audience challenges, their pain point, their aspirations, so that you tailor your messaging accordingly. This makes your brand much more relatable, responsive, and in tune with your followers. How do you use social listening in your social media strategy? Here's a simple way to incorporate it into your brand. Monitor your brand mentions using tools like Mention, Brandwash, or Sprout Social to track mentions of your brand, product, or services. See what they are saying, both good and bad. All right. Number two, observe. Observe your competitors. Watch what your competitors are doing and how their audience respond. All right. This can reveal trend in your industry and give you ideas for improvement. Number three, engage in relevant conversations. Look for trending hashtags. Read your comment sections. Don't be too busy to read your comment sections. Look at your industry discussions. What is happening there? What are the topics that relate with your brand? Join the conversations. Okay? You increase your brand's visibility and you show your audience that you are actively listening and engaging. Okay? Okay, number four, act on the feedback. It's not just to hear, to know, to see. You must also act on the feedback. Social listening isn't just about observing, it's about acting. Just like I said, I heard what was happening and then I acted on it by offering them value, a solution. So if people are asking questions, complaining, or show interest, all right, in a particular topic, use that feedback to create a new content and improve your product or adjust your messaging. All right, let me give you an example of social listening in action. I've given you one. Let me give you another example. For example, let's say a skin brand, a skincare brand, okay, might notice that many followers are asking about products for sensitive skin. All right, by addressing this through a new product line or dedicated content, sorry to say, the brand can show that they are listening and meeting real customers' need. Okay, so social listening will solve the problem of disconnected with audience need, missed opportunity, negative sentiment, and all of that. Okay, so start today by setting aside 10 to 15 minutes each day to monitor your mentions, check your comment sessions, check your competitors, Follow your relevant hashtag as it has to do with your brand. This small commitment can help you stay on top of trend and audience sentiment, enabling you to keep your content relevant also and audience focus. Okay, when you are actively listening, you are no longer guessing at what your audience want. You are creating content and strategies based on real feedback, which is the fastest part of building loyalty and trust for your brand. Okay, I think we are slowly getting to the end. Let's look at measuring success and adapting for continuous growth. Measuring your success. We're looking at analytics. Okay, all right. Creating great content and engaging with your audience is vital. Okay, creating great content and engaging with your audience is vital. But how do you know if your effort are truly working? How do you know if your effort are truly working? Measuring the impact. Okay? Okay. Give me a moment, please. Measuring the impact. Okay. Creating great content, engaging, I said, is vital, but another thing is to be able to measure your impact, understanding what resonates, what brings you results, and then where you can improve on. Social media is dynamic. Okay, so regularly analyzing your performance and adapting your strategy is actually key, to long-term success. All right, yeah. So how do you measure? Like I said, Facebook, Instagram has insight. So you look at your engagement rate, the likes, the shares. This indicates how well your content resonates with your audience. So you look at the reach. The reach is there, the impression is there, shows you how many people sees your content. Okay, and how frequent. Then you also track your, conversions. Which of them really convert? Track action like probably your own is website sign up. Probably you want them to join a WhatsApp group. You want them to sign up for something, to buy something, and all of that. So you also check your followers growth. You measure your audience growth over time. Is your audience growing actually? Okay, is your audience growing actually? So you can use analytic tools. You can use Google Analytics, check your insights. Platform like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they have their own in-house insights. Check it. Okay, next thing you should do is that compare against the benchmark. Look at your past performance or your industry benchmark to understand how your current result is going. Check, cross check. How you know you are getting result is that you check the previous, you check the now, you measure them, and then you see if you're actually making um if you're actually growing. Okay, also you must be able to identify patterns. Okay, you have to regularly review your data to spot patterns. Okay, if there are certain type of posts, yeah, if there are certain type of posts, excuse me, if there are certain type of posts that resonate well with these people, don't stop, keep giving them that. If there are certain time of the day Your Instagram have time of the day when you post that people engage more. Go and check. Go and check. What time of the day do people engage more when you post? Go and check it. What days do people engage more when you post? Go and check it. It's there. They give you those insights. So identify the patterns, okay? The specific days, the time, the type of content, okay? Adjust based on the insight. When you get this insight, begin to adjust. If you know that people engage more when you post by 6 p.m. When is 6 p.m.? Schedule the post already. When is 6 p.m.? Bagam, it entered. When if you know people pay attention more maybe on a Friday to your post, make sure you post by that time. Okay? This will help you, okay, wasted result or no impact you post, no engagement. It can be actually very, very frustrating. It can be very frustrating and it can make a lot of people to lose motivation. That's actually the truth. When you see people, they were posting, they were consistent, and suddenly they are no more consistent. In as much as we try to motivate people that, oh, don't look at your engagement, a lot of people look at it. There is no how you tell people they don't look. Many people still look at it, all right? And then a lot of people get discouraged by the result that they are actually getting. So what am I saying? I'm saying when you are able to check this inside, identify the pattern and begin to adjust, it will help you to solve these low engagement issues, okay, and not reaching your goals and all of that. As we come to an end, let's look at the five, okay. These are additional things you can add as we try to round up, um, depending on your need and the maturity level of your audience. You might consider, these few tips, okay? Content, variety, and experimentation, okay? Different type of content. You can do reels, stories, carousel. Which one does it for you? Okay, is it live stream to keep up with your audience? Okay, so you can test new formats. Okay, observe the one that perform better. Currently, some people say reels does it for them, some people say carousel does it for them. So you need to be able to experiment with different content and see the one that does it for you. Another thing you can look into is community building and engagement. Go beyond just posting content, but actively fostering a community around your brand. Respond to comments, ask questions, interactive questions and answers, and all of that. Build a community. The truth of the matter is that one of the things that actually helped my brand to grow when we started in 2019 is actually this community building. Community building, community building, community building. The people that I started this my business with, they are still on my WhatsApp. They are still on my WhatsApp. A lot of them are still patronizing me. When I post, a lot of them are still engaging with my stuff. Why? Because over time, I've been able to build community. A lot of these people are the people that are bringing clients to me. They are my referrals today. Excuse me. They are my referrals today. Okay. So you want to be able to build a community, okay, and engagement. Building community create loyal following and can turn customers into brand advocate. That's what I'm talking about. Building community creates loyal followers. It turns customers to evangelists. It turns customers to your evangelists, your brand advocate. They'll be the one who beginning to, bring people to you. So go beyond selling a product, creating content, go beyond all of that and then begin to build community. All right. One of the ways you can do that is, like I said, respond to your comments, ask questions, do interactive sessions, host live events. If you can, host live events. Okay. Again, they are human beings. Don't forget to be human. Okay. Another thing that you will want to add to your strategy is paid advertising. Let me tell you something. No matter how great your content is, no matter how great your content has become, um, you need speed. Okay, there is no time. Don't be thinking there is time. All right. The amount of time and energy you will use to create um um 10 posts, okay, to reach 1,000 persons. The amount of time and energy you use to create 10 posts or even 20 posts or even 30 posts to reach 1,000 persons, okay, with just one post and with a little budget. For example, with Facebook ads, with just one post, with let's say 2,000 naira, 2,000 naira, okay, per day, you can reach up to 1,000 something persons. And the funny part of it is that they are more targeted. They are more targeted. This one sef, as long as you understand who your audience is, because we talked about segmentation. As long as you understand your audience is, their age, their location, their interest, and all of that, as long as you understand them, you inculcate them into advertising, and before you know it, you are targeting the right people and showing your product and service to them with just 2,000 naira, one content, and you are able to reach over 2,000 persons. So there is no time to waste. So organic content creation is good, but if you want to be fast, it's getting from Port Harcourt to Lagos. You can use a bike if you want to. You can use a car if you want to. You can even trek if you have the power, but you can also take flight. So it's a matter of how fast, and there is no time. So you want to be as fast as possible. So I'm advising you, if you have not been running paid advert today, as in today, let it be part of your plan. Put aside a certain budget. I have a course for Facebook and Instagram ads. After this, um, check around my wherever you're watching me from, whether it's YouTube, my number is everywhere. Chat me up, get the course, and then make sure you start running ads for your business. You need speed. Okay, so you also need SOE and hashtag strategy. Let me tell you something that happened. I think that was 2011. 2011. I needed a photographer. I had relocated to another place, and I needed a photographer, someone that would have a photo. I can have a photo session with. So I went on social media, Instagram precisely, and I typed the location, and then I type um, photographer. I think something like that. Type photographer on the search bar, because Instagram now has its own search engine. Search engine. Facebook has its own search engine. So you want to make sure you are prioritizing these search engines. So your keywords matters. So it's not just when we talk about hashtag. These are not the days we are using hashtags to find followers. No, you want to now become intentional about your hashtags. Okay, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So let's say you are selling wigs. So you make sure that every of your content, the word wig is mentioned. You mention the wig. If you are in Lagos, you mention wigs in Lagos. Use it as a hashtag also. In fact, specifically, if you are staying at Lekki in Lagos, you can specifically say wigs in Lekki. Keywords matter. So you want to prioritize SEO and hashtag strategies. Ensure that your content is optimized for search engines and discoverable, on social medias. Teach attendees to, use hashtags. Tell they have to use hashtags. Use hashtags, not just any hashtag, relevant hashtags. All right. Hashtag that are relevant to your brand to increase your reach. You know, engage also in trending topics that has to do with your brand, not gossip. Okay, join relevant conversation so that when someone comes and then type blah 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 blah, it pops up there. You get the idea. So that is what I'm talking about. I think we've spent we've already done 1 hour. To close, I want you to take note of this. Engage in influencer and partnership marketing. Okay, as closing, make sure, like I said, there is no time. So there are people that have 1 million followers, 300 followers. If you have to pay for partnership, pay for your brand to be put out. They already have the numbers, and then you are buying into their credibility. You are buying into their credibility. So they have the numbers, you are buying into their trust that they have already. So when someone influence for you, um, is using his credibility to sell your market for you. So I want you to, going forward, leverage on partnership and influencer marketing, okay, to access new audience and increase your brand's credibility. Okay, um, this is where we call it a wrap for tonight. I want to believe that this session helped you greatly. So I like you to drop a comment, share with family and friends. And if you have a question, also drop it. Until next time, I will see you. This video will be here for a while, so you can go over it all over and over again, and then I'm sure you'll get a thing or two to learn that will help you to increase your social media growth and all of that. Thank you for joining me tonight. Till next time, goodbye, and from here, good night.